I had a really interesting conversation with a woman entrepreneur the other day at an event I was at, and I really thought it was worth sharing, so I created this video for you because I think you're going to get a lot of ahas from it. Hi, I'm Kate Beaters, and I am known for helping entrepreneurs build a business and life that they love. Basically, have success on your own terms. So, let me share the story with you because I think you're going to find it pretty interesting. This woman was telling me about her business and about her niche, and we got on the subject of income, and she shared with me that nobody in her field, nobody in her niche has ever made over six figures. She said it was impossible, and she would have sworn up and down that that was the truth. Now, that is what is known as a limiting belief. And a limiting belief is how you see yourself in relation to the world. And when you make these statements, things like, no one in this economy does this, or nobody in my city does, or nobody in my town, or nobody in my industry, kind of have these blanket statements. When the truth is that nobody she knows in her industry is making over six figures. That's all it really is. Now, honestly, I don't care whether you as an entrepreneur make over six figures or under six figures. I don't care how much money you make, but I want to make sure that you're living your life to the best ability, that you enjoy it, that you're happy with it, that you're loving the journey, and because that's the reason you started your own business, was to create something that you really, really loved. And the money's just incidental. But what it did bother me, why I'm sharing this video, is that she was already closing the doors. So in other words, she wasn't giving herself the opportunity to say, how much money do I want to make? She had decided that nobody in her industry makes over six figures, so she was already limiting herself right there. You can come from a much better place if you can decide, this is how I want my life to look like, this is how I want my business to look like, and this is the kind of income I want to make. It's really all about choices. And when you're able to choose, you come from a much more empowering place. But these limiting beliefs can keep you stuck. And when they keep you stuck, they close the doors of possibilities. And I want to share with you how you can start to open those doors. And the way I do that is this really cool technique that I'm an expert in. And it's called tapping. And if you've never tried it before, I just want to recommend that you might want to just stop the video for a moment and go to this page, katebeaters.com/handout. That's katebeaters.com/handout, and you'll actually get a tapping chart. There's also a link for a tapping video, so you get to see the points a little bit better than you might see them on this video. And what I want to do is I want you to be able to experience some tapping so you can actually see how you can start to shift your beliefs that it's impossible, that nobody does. And instead just open those doors of possibility of what you can do and what you can choose you want to do. Now, tapping's a very gentle technique. If for some reason it bothers you, you don't like it, then just don't tap. I have to warn you, if you've never tapped before, it looks kind of goofy at first. But honestly, the reason I became an expert in it is because I've never seen anything that has worked so powerfully and so fast. And you will notice I make it look really, really easy, and that's because I've spent tens of thousands of dollars and all sorts of really awesome certifications because I want you to get the best results possible. Okay, so you're going to tap along with me. All you're going to do is tap on the points that you see me tapping on, and you're just going to repeat the phrases after me. All right? And take a nice deep breath before we start. Inhale it and let it out really slowly. And I want you to just, before we start, just think about your level of how much you believe that you can't do something in your business. Okay? 0, that you're just totally going for it. It's not an issue. You know, whatever you want, you can get. And 10, that you're like, I don't really know. Like, Kate, yeah, maybe I've seen some people do it, but it's never going to happen to me. It's just impossible. Maybe you're even at a 15, or you could be at a 5 or an 8. It doesn't matter. You just want a number just to kind of measure, to see where you are right now. All right, so follow along with me. Okay, on the karate chop. Even though I don't believe that I could ever have this, I want to find a way to love and accept myself. Even though it seems impossible that I could ever have this, I want to find a way to love and accept myself. Even though I don't believe that I could ever have this thing that I really want, I want to find a way to love and accept myself and start releasing some of this old negative belief. Okay, so let's go to the eyebrow points. And again, just tap for Tap where I'm tapping and repeat after me. I don't believe I can have it. It just doesn't seem possible. It seems so far away. And I don't know anyone else who has it. So what makes me think I could have it? It's my story. And now Under Armour, if you can't see, and I'm sticking to it. And Liver Point. Maybe I'd rather be right. But do I really want to be right? Wouldn't I rather start having some choices? So I can choose what I want. So I can decide what I want my life to look like. So I can decide what I want my business to look like. And then I can make those decisions and go after what I want. Wouldn't it be so much nicer to open those doors of possibilities? To choose all I want. To be open. To know I can choose my business. Choose the successes I want. And create the business and life I want. Okay, so take a nice deep breath again. Let it out. Didn't that feel good? I always feel so great after tapping. Now check your number again. See how much you believe that it's not possible. And I'll bet most of you, your number did drop because it usually does. But if you didn't see it drop, don't worry. If your number just went sideways, it just means some new aspects, some new thoughts or old beliefs popped up. And that's great. Just write them down. Those are just things you need to clear out, okay? Because those are things that are going to keep you stuck. So tapping you got to experience is an amazing technique, and it's really powerful. We keep doing it over and over to really release old beliefs. And it's one of the most important steps to actually start getting what you want. The next step is you got to take action, okay? And you got to take right action. You got to do the smart things to actually have all you want. So I'm going to leave you with a challenge. Now that you have been experiencing a technique to start helping you shift your old beliefs that are keeping you stuck, what action are you going to take in 2014 so you start opening up those doors of possibilities? What are you going to do differently this year? Now, for some of you, that's going to be super easy. You're going to know exactly what you're going to do. And others of you might find it a little bit difficult, which kind of makes sense because if you're doing it over and over again, you sometimes don't know what it is that you're doing wrong. So if that's something that you notice popping up for you, I want you to check out ezsuccessplanning.com. And that's a one-day intensive where I'm going to be teaching entrepreneurs how to plan for a breakthrough 2014. I hope you join me on that.